Welcome to the next video of the video series of political theory, and in this video we will discuss the concept of equality. Let us look at the case of India. In India, cities exist as well as slums. A lot of students are fortunate enough to get healthcare as well as education. At the other hand, we could see children working in factories. We could see women holding influential positions as well as women not being able to get out of their homes. India is one such glaring example of inequality. Despite being independent for over 70 years, still unable to get rid of inequality. Here, we could observe that the rich is getting richer as well as the poor is getting poorer. Hence, there is a need to address the issue of inequality in India. In this video, we will play around with the definition of equality, three dimensions of equality, as well as how to promote equality. Let us start with the basic definition of equality. How would you define equality? Equality can be considered as a situation where human beings have equal worth regardless of their color, gender, race, or nationality. That is, all deserve equal consideration and respect. Now, is it possible? Is it possible to treat everyone equally? Our Prime Minister, whenever he is in public, is often surrounded by security officers. Now, do we get security? Now, isn't that a form of inequality? This means that equality does not matter treating people in identical way. Rather, people should be treated with equal respect. That is the amount of respect that we give to the Prime Minister. Everyone in the country should deserve that kind of respect. That is, treating people with equal respect do not mean always treating them in an identical way. And also, the smooth functioning of society requires division of work and functions. And people often enjoy different status and rewards on account of it. Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Virat Kohli gets more preferential treatment because they deserve it. They are treated like that because of their work and function. People often enjoy different status and rewards on account of the work. So when can we say that a society has achieved equality? We could say a society has achieved equality as long as people are able to develop the best in themselves. That is, people should be given equal opportunity. At the same time, we cannot expect equal outcome from people. That is, people should be provided with equality in opportunity, but that does not guarantee equality in outcome. So, equality does not mean elimination of all forms of differences. Differences do exist. Some people are rich, some people are more talented, but that does not mean equality do not exist. But the treatment one deserves and the opportunities one enjoy must not be predetermined by birth or social circumstances. This is where India lacks in equality. Some section of people still do not get opportunity to make their life better because they were born into a certain gender or certain caste. So the focus is on providing equality of opportunity. Everyone should be entitled to the same rights and opportunities to develop their skills and talent and to pursue their goals and ambitions. And people may differ with regard to their choices and preferences because people have different levels of talent and skills. Now, if we look at the world, most of engineers are maybe from one gender and most of teachers are maybe from another gender. This does not mean that there is inequality. This means as long as people are given equal opportunities and choices, we cannot say there is inequality. However, we could say inequality exists in a society when people are denied access to basic goods like education, food, career, etc. So, how would we define a certain inequality is okay and other is not? Here comes the concept of natural and social inequality. Natural inequalities emerge as a result of different capabilities and talents of people. Let's take the case of 100 cricket players in India. Maybe 2 or 3 would make it to the Indian cricket team. Now, this is an example for inequality, right? Because some are able to play in the Indian cricket team whereas others are not. But this is an example for natural inequality. Some are able to make it to the Indian cricket team because they are simply better players, whereas others are not. That is, this inequality emerged as a result of different capabilities and talents of people. Whereas social inequality emerged as a consequence of inequality of opportunity or exploitation of some people in a society by the others. If you look at India, majority of Dalits are still not able to choose a career of their choice. In many parts of the country, the same goes for women. This is an example of social inequalities. There are 3 dimensions of equality. political, social, and economic equality. Political equality enables citizens to develop themselves and participate in the affairs of the state. They are mainly legal rights guaranteed by the constitution and the law. In many parts of the world, women were not allowed to vote. They were considered inferior to men, and hence the right to take part in political affairs were denied to women. In fact, the first wave of feminism was aimed to get equal voting rights for women. In India, we have adult franchise. Anyone above the age of 18 can cast their vote. Another one is social equality. A society is said to have achieved social equality when people belonging to different groups and communities have a fair and equal chance to compete for goods and opportunities. In India, a lot of people are not able to choose a profession of their choice because they are from a certain community or they are from a certain gender. The last one is economic equality. Economic inequality exists when there is significant differences in wealth, property, or income between individuals or classes. It is not possible to achieve economic equality, but every country should strive to minimize the economic inequality in the country. Now the next question is, how can we promote equality? There are 3 steps to promote equality. Step number 1 is to establish formal equality. That is, ending the formal system of inequality and privileges. In most of the societies, inequalities are often protected by customs and legal systems that prohibited some section of society from enjoying certain kinds of opportunities and rewards. Women not being able to vote was completely legal. Slave trade was completely legal. So it was important to end those formal systems of inequality by changing the legal system which made it legal. The next step is to promote equality through differential treatment. Sometimes it is necessary to treat people differently in order to ensure that they can enjoy equal rights. Women are given maternity leave and other benefits. Disabled and old people have separate queues. These are all examples for providing differential treatment to achieve equality. These should not be seen not as infringements of equality but as enhancement of equality. The third step is affirmative action. Sometimes the above 2 steps are not sufficient to establish formal equality by law. Therefore, there is a need to take some more positive measures to minimize and eliminate social inequalities. Some communities cannot be immediately expected to compete with others on equal terms. For example, let's take the case of lower castes in India. The caste system have been prevalent in India for over 2000 years. That is, for over 2000 years, a certain section of people have been marginalized. They were not given equal opportunities, political rights, etc. And it's been just 70 years after independence, and it is quite impossible for them to compete with others on equal terms. Therefore, the government introduced the concept of reservation. This is actually expected to be temporary. This is only a temporary measure until these people are fully integrated into the mainstream society. Some of them can be criticized on the fact that any provision for the deprived is unfair as it arbitrarily denies other sections of society their right to equal treatment. This is in fact a debatable topic. A lot of people have different opinions. But if we look at the case of India, we could clearly see that certain sections of people dominate in certain fields, whereas others are still struggling to meet their lives. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we will discuss the concept of social justice.